Thank you very much indeed. 0845 500 1025. Bill is going to be our next caller here on Clyde One Super Scoreboard. Hi, Bill.
Good evening, Jim.
Good evening.
Hugh and Gordon.
Hi,
Bill.
Hi, guys. It's a change of subject, really. My call was about what I class as the big story of the week. It's not to do with the Scotland game. That, to me, is the sideshow. It's about the EBTs and the Charles Green bluster this week, guys.
Yeah.
I've been on a few times about this. Spoke to Roger Hanna, I think, a few weeks ago. And again, as I said before, this is something that really annoys at Celtic fans, the outcome of this. And what we're starting to see now, I think, which is great to see, honestly, is Green is in absolute panic mode here. I think he knows, Hugh, that Rangers are as guilty as sin. And I think he's trying to intimidate people with his threats and bluster. Rangers are petrified that they're going to lose these tainted titles and cups to us, at Celtic in particular. Because what an end that would be to the old history. Well, see, while he's ranting, Hugh, what I'm trying to say here is he's trying to bring Celtic into his team's mess with these things about EBTs. I'm just praying that Peter Law's the guy that us Celtic fans think he really is, and that he's sitting back there, allowing Green to spew out all his nonsense, and then if and when they're found guilty, he pulls the trigger, and the hole that Green's building, we just push him right into the issue.
Well,
this isn't about Celtic getting Celtic players, Gordon. I've heard yourself and other ex-players, Andy Walker, I had this discussion and then I didn't get to finish my point before. This isn't about players of yesteryear getting medals that played for Celtic and, we don't want them, we're not interested. I'm not interested in the Celtic players of yesteryear, guys. If you ask Celtic fans out there, the majority of us, we're interested about Celtic fans getting justice here. We paid thousands and thousands of pounds per fan to support Celtic during that period. Thousands of pounds. And we've got every right to get the red, white and blue ribbons torn for every trophy if they're found guilty, and the green, white and gold ribbons replacing them. And we also need to look, Hugh, and this is what I'd like to see if you could come up with something else, who we can sue for the loss of revenue. Because all we hear here is, with Rangers, is 1 minute Green's the old co, then he's the new co, then he's the old new, then they're the new old. It seems to change to whatever suits their agenda. So, old co when the regards keeping the history issue, new co if it's any debts to pay related to the old co to keep the titles, new co not to attend an SPL meeting as an SFL club. Well, if I was Celtic and Peter Law, I think he's gave us enough ammunition to say, well, we'll come after you.
Okay.
As whatever co you are.
Okay, Bill. First of all, the SPL have taken care of Charles Green's insinuations, and that's what they were, about Celtic and the EBTs, and they have said that the matter, which we assume to be Juninho's contract, was investigated, there was no wrongdoing, and therefore Celtic had no case to answer. So the point I'd like to make about Charles Green is that he makes these statements, they're inflammatory, and he should be careful, because this city doesn't need any more inflammatory behaviour than we already have. He makes these statements without naming names. He should have the courage of his convictions. If he has someone in mind, tell the public who it is. But I think he does these things, in my opinion, to keep the Rangers fans on board. He's got 3 years stretching ahead of him. He needs to fill Ibrox. And all of these statements are met with great approval by the Rangers supporters, but disapproval from the SPL, who have this week said Celtic have no case to answer. The other point I'd make about what you're saying about ripping ribbons from trophies and putting other ribbons on them, I remember the last championship that Martin O'Neill played for, and it being lost at Fir Park, and Rangers winning the title at Easter Road that day. I'd fail to see how that championship was affected by anything other than Celtic's inability to see out a match in which they were 1 goal up, missed glorious chances to make it 2 goals up, and then lost to 2 Scott McDonald goals late on. I cannot, for the life of me, see how that is anybody's fault except Celtic's.
Can I come back on that, Hugh?
Certainly, Bill, on you go.
Right, if you want to take it down to a purely footballing thing, issue, but these are rules in place here, right? And you're not going to tell me that players that Rangers bought during these EBTs didn't make the difference in close title calls and cup games.
But you've just said to me that's a football thing. Now, you want then to be given a title, even though it's got nothing to do with the football that was played. You just want that title, even though your club had it in their hands with literally minutes left to play and couldn't see the game out, but you still want that title.
I want every single title, Hugh. I'll make it clear to you, Hugh. I'm not here to just run about circles. Yeah, I want every single title and trophy, if Rangers are found guilty, back into Celtic's history, where it would belong.
But how can it truly belong? Just to take this one title in isolation, how can it truly belong to Celtic when they threw it away?
You can't put it in isolation, Hugh. I'm sorry. This is about an EBT. This isn't getting done in one title, Hugh, is it? This is about a complete ruin here, about EBTs that are broken with dual contracts. So I'm not talking about one title, Hugh. You can run this one in circles. I'm asking you, if you don't believe, do you believe then, Hugh, that if Rangers are found guilty, that we just all go, oh, that's good, no problem, don't worry about it. Celtic fans unlucky, just roll up next year, they maybe try it again. Just roll up and give us your money. Is that what we do here?
No.
Is there no fairness? Is there no fairness in Scotland? I mean, Celtic fans have lost enough titles and trophies, Hugh, with dodgy decisions involving Rangers over the years. So if we get anything here that's even sniffs that they're guilty on here, then Celtic fans want it back. Yeah, we do want it back. And I want to rub it in because I want them back. We paid money for this.
Yeah, but I'll have to take you back to that game, and I fail to see how you could be happy using that one championship as an example of taking back a title into your possession. Celtic lost the title that day, and it was their fault. And I don't know how you can be happy just if wrongdoing is proved by the SPL Commission, by Lord Nimmo Smith, if wrongdoing is proved and it is their decision that titles should be removed from Rangers history, then well and good. We all in this country have to accept legal judgments, whether it's anything from a parking fine to what you're talking about here. But the idea of handing a trophy back that you actually lost, I'm not sure about that.
Bill, thank you very much. That's an argument that's going to go on until this independent commission sits in November. But thank you for your contribution. 0845 500 1025.